What's going on everyone, 2 AM here, and today we'll be creating our eyes for our anime styled character model. Here are a couple of examples of end results for this process. It's fairly simple, we can just dive right in. Let's Shift A, create a mesh, a circle. We can leave the vertices at 32. Let's rotate it 90 along the Y axis. Then let's extrude it, right click and then press MA to merge it at center. And you should be left with something like that. We can select all again and extrude it if you don't want it to be flat. Alt left click this edge. Let's mark that seam with edge mark seam so that it's easy to unwrap later. Now let's add our mirror modifier. Y axis, mirror object is the face of course. Let's line that up. Now before I proceed, it's probably a good time to unwrap this while it's still in a circular form, and you'll see why later. So UV editing, and while this is in edit mode on the right side, press A to select all. Let's left click the left side too and press A there, and right click and unwrap. These parts are the back because it has more faces, and you can just shrink that and leave that off to the side for now. These ones are the front, so actually leave it at this size, and you don't have to create an image for now. Now, since this head has edited normals, it's kind of hard to see what's going on, so let's just duplicate it for now, hide one of them, and this one, tab over to edit mode, A to select all, mesh, normals, reset vectors, so that we can clearly see what's going on here. Now we can move our eyes into place, shrink them down to the correct size, and also let's get the correct rotation. So yeah, let's rotate it along the Z a little, something like that. And we also want to rotate it to a line like how the head has this kind of line going on. So it's just going to be a small rotation along the Y. Nothing too crazy. Something like that. We can now also take this time to scale it, because I like my eyes a little more longer vertically. And you can't do this before you unwrap, or else you're not going to be perfect circles. All right, so that's good for now. We'll head on over to Photoshop. So let's now prepare your eye texture for the mesh that you just created. And this is the one that's being used in this model right now. So if you like the look of the eye in this model, then follow along. I'll show you exactly how to replicate this. It may look complicated, but we'll break it down into its parts and it'll be a lot simpler. So let's do that right now. First of all, you got your dark gray circle, and it's created easily by holding shift while you're using the circle tool to create a perfect circle with locked width and height. Fill that in with dark gray. Then you can duplicate it and Control T to transform it by 90 with the dimensions locked. Then you can create a second circle inside it, which is 90% of the size, and just fill it in with your base color for your eyes. So this one's going to be blue, and you're going to duplicate it again and create a third circle inside, which is going to be your pupil, and that's going to be a 25% size, and it can either be dark gray again, or it could just be a darker version of your base color. And then after this, let's split this into the upper and lower halves and make the lower half lighter and the upper half darker. Up next, I like to create this U or jelly bean shape. It's gonna look like this. It's gonna be a lighter version of your base color. And it can extend a little up into this part right here. It can be a little transparent, but it's not going to touch the iris and it's not going to touch the edges. And to further accentuate the highlight over the lower half of the eye, make another highlight color here, which is, again, it's a little transparent, and I also like to make it a little different hue from the base color that we have. So you see how it's a little green. Also feel free to get creative and experiment with like different layer styles and different colors. It doesn't always have to be exactly what I'm telling you right now. And that's the good base for your eye. Up next is just a bunch of little details. First one would be this, which is like the lines in the eye that kind of go like, you know what I mean. But again, this one is a lighter color. It could even be white. Actually, let's try that for now. Another detail you can add is this highlight around the iris. Actually, let me redo that. Let's make it a little thicker. So I'll just use stroke for this. And this will usually be a similar color to this highlighted area, or even this. Sometimes I also play around with it and like erase certain parts of it. I like to darken this top third too. You can even gradient it if you want. And that's pretty much complete, except for the reflection lights. So these ones are, you know, those big white lights that you see in the eye. So this one, I actually usually do it as a separate mesh, but you can put it on the image texture if you want. So usually there's at least two of them. And one of them is a white light, a white reflection light, and the second one is usually a complementary light color. So pink complements blue pretty nicely in this setup. And you could even do like a third one, and they vary in size and color. So you could even do like green or something. I'm gonna redo this dark part and make it a little lower. And as I mentioned, I'm not gonna have the reflection highlights in the eye texture itself, but I will have them in this same texture file. So that when I create the light reflection meshes, I can just unwrap their UVs into these squares that have the color in them. And these don't have to take up too much space, nor do they have to be perfect squares, because you're just gonna shrink the UVs into these spaces later. And I'll show you how to do that as well. I'll also make sure I include the color for the sclera here, which is usually not a pure white, but a very light gray. And let's also do the sclera shadow, which is this is what I'm referring to, the white of the eye and the shadow under the eyelash. So that one I usually select a darker gray but with a little bluish hue. Usually looks nice. And the canvas size will be 4096 by 4096, making it a 4K texture, I believe. And we'll just save that. Now let's add the texture to the eye. New material. Eyes. Just delete this. Shift A, add an image texture in the shading tab. Grab that PNG we just made. And it looks messed up, of course, because we have to fix it in UV editing. So back over in UV editing tab, select the vertex, Control L to select all linked. Grab it and scale it to the correct size and location. It's up to you how much of the outer black line you want. And of course, let's rotate it into place. So around there. Now let's separate the sclera, the whites of the eyes. Let's select all the vertices and add a new material slot for the eyes. And let's press aside. Now over in UV editing again. Let's unwrap that area. Scale it down, and we can just plop them down into the color we made, this light gray that we picked. Before we create the eyelashes, let's work with the shadow of the sclera. For this, we just create a plane. Same thing, we rotate it 90 on the Y. We mirror it along the Y, on the face, line that up. Let's also assign this to the material of eyes. Use this color, which is the shadow color that we picked. Of course, you can change the colors at any time in your Paint or Photoshop program. Let's just quickly try to put this plane in between the eye. If you just paint it on, then it will look weird from certain angles. But this one is a more foolproof method. And yes, I am not going to create that actual eyeball because we don't need to. It's always going to look like there's an eyeball there, even though there isn't. Now subdivide this along like that so that we can get that exact shape that we want. Usually it'll kind of match like with this dark segment that you have here. You know what I mean? And we should actually probably put a little curve to this. And once that's finished, we can start working on the eyelashes / eyebrows. And excuse my crappy skills here in paint, but let me try to demonstrate how this will go. So usually the eyelash shape I like to go for is something like this. Okay, corner here goes down like that. Corners out there too. And then there's this part where it goes down. It goes down like that. And then it's up to you where you want some of the detail lashes, like maybe here, maybe here, maybe here. Something like that. Let's go ahead and model it. So yet another new plane. Rotate 90Y. Line it up yet again. Start simple and then divide it as we go along. Just going to use the extrude tool and go along the outline of the eye. A little lower too. Okay, I like that. I like that shape. Let's flesh out the shape of it with some subdivisions. Here I'm going to create this area so that it can go down like this. Let's go like that. Let's shrink these parts down. That's generally the shape we want. Let's not worry about the little lashes yet. Let's not forget this part too. The one where you mentioned it goes down like this. And this one is probably a lot smaller than the other sides. Once we're done and we want to move it back, just take everything, G and X, move it along the x-axis, and edge by edge we'll just GX and move it until it touches just on the mesh of the face. And we'll do that for every point. Now, once we've established that, what I like to do is create a loop in the middle here. Along the top eyelash, 2 loops. So mouse wheel up once after you control R. And let's drag these out. Let's push them out to create that 3D effect. Just take these 2 points, put them back in. Now the good thing about subdividing these 2 edges too is now you can easily extrude, like select 4, then extrude out to create your additional eyelashes. So I just extruded all the way up there, shrunk it at the end. And you can create like 2 loop cuts in the middle to curve it. And you'll have some nice eyelashes that are 3D in nature. Because usually you'll only have like 2D lashes. Shrink that there if you want. Nice, I think I'll add one more here. extrude, scale, position, 2 loops in the middle, and adjust that curve. Let's assign these to the eye material as well. Just unwrap them. And I'll place them here right beside the eye. Texture paint. Now here I just did a bunch of tweaks. I adjusted everything, including the eyelashes. And I also made the iris, I sculpted it so that it's a little bigger on the top side, so that the eye doesn't look as open as it does now. So I'm just here in sculpt mode, I'm using the grab tool and I'm widening the top half of the iris. Really all that's left to do now is some of the details, such as the reflection lights on the eye. I want to create an eyelid. I'll just duplicate these up so that it's easier. Dissolve a few vertices that I don't need. I can even separate this selection for now. Name that. And just extrude it a little bit. And we can easily fix that with the sculpt. And aligning this with the face mesh is similar to the eyebrows. Just grab it along the x-axis until it stops clipping. Now to make it quick, I'm just going to duplicate parts from that eye crease for the upper eye crease and the eyebrow. And it will just use the same method as before for the first eye crease and the eyelashes. The eyebrow is just a little thicker. Now we can top it off. Some more circles. Just make these ones 16, because they will be small. Same process for the eyes. You just circle, extrude and merge it at the center. You can also assign these to our eye material. And under UV editing, we just select the highlight colors that we made earlier. Place that wherever we like. Play around with the shape a little. And so once we're done, we can duplicate it to the other side and just make sure the rotation matches. So this is our final result after some tweaks. As you can see, once you back up a little, the small details of the eye have created a certain look and it gave it that nice gradient. Anyways, this file will be up on Patreon in case you want to download it, both the blend file and the image texture. As you can see, the model on screen uses this exact same method. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Up next will be the hair and also my full export method. So the model you see on screen right now is a Unity export. It's actually running on a Unity engine, and the eyelash is able to be rendered in front even in Unity. So if you're interested in that, feel free to subscribe and I'll share the method with you. Like the video if it helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.